Young boy Sachi, cooler than the Maybach, dropped a couple K. She said, "Is that a new Versace with slick back hair, looking mad debonair?" I said, "I don't even care. I'll see you there." Sachi. Hello, my name is Kurt. Today I'll be talking about another MGTOW topic. Topic in this video actually pertains to physical exercises. It's going to be a story about what I went through in high school while having a feminist gym teacher. We called it gym. You know, there's a lot of different places call it PE, physical education, whatever. Your basic stuff. Jumping jacks, you do a couple push-ups. And my school, it was mainly basketball because it was African American dominated, you know. There was basketball and there was fights and it was hilarious, but not only was the teacher feminist, but she was also, I would say, a black supremacist as well. Let me get into this story, right? How did I know she was a feminist? Simply put, she would discriminate like a motherfucker. Every time we went to gym class, the boys had to run like so many laps. I think we had to run for like 20 minutes straight. The girls only had to run for 5. And she said, "Oh yeah, girls have different bodies, blah blah blah, they can't work out as much." It's a bunch of bullshit. She was a feminist and she wanted to torture men. And she was butch as fuck. She looked nasty. She was a lesbian 100%, How do I know what she was a lesbian? Because she was dating this other fucking woman, like vice principal, or was it? Yeah, I think vice principal. She was dating her, and they both look fucking nasty, disgusting butch lesbians, right? And, she just hated fucking men, especially white men. She fucking absolutely despised them. And, during gym classes, she made us do a whole bunch of shit, like run, push-ups, sit-ups, this and that. And she let the girls go down to change because we had to change. We had our regular school outfit, then we had a gym outfit. So she basically let the girls just sit there in the bleachers, watch us run around and work us to the fucking ground. And then, she would give the girls lighter workouts and she would send them down like fucking 20 minutes early to get dressed and changed. So they would get dressed and changed, we would still be working out. And then the girls would just come back and sit and text on the bleachers or whatever. And we would be running around all this shit. And most of the time she did this on purpose. She let us down like the last possible minute to fucking change into our regular outfits, our school outfits. And then, by then we had to actually run to the locker room, whatever, and we had to change really quick because the bell would ring like this. The girls had like 20 fucking minutes. We had like maybe 1 or 2 minutes to run down there, get changed, run back up, and then run to our next class. It was ridiculous. And this is my sort of first glimpse into like true feminism and how nasty they could be towards men. Like, I understand, like as a MGTOW, I kind of just don't want to deal with the fucked up women of modern day society. But if I was like a gym teacher or whatever, like I wouldn't fucking punish, a gender just because they're female, whatever. Like, I don't fucking care. See, this is the difference. I don't care. Feminists want to punish. Feminists want to make men their slaves, They want to work them to the ground. They want to beat them to the ground to show that females are superior or something. And she also had this like little black kid. I don't think it was even hers. I think she adopted him because she was a lesbo, like I said. Kid's name, I don't want to say names. I'm going to make a name up really quick. Let's say his name was Devin or something, right? So, Devin was like hell of a lot younger than us. Maybe he was a freshman and no, he was younger than that. So she would bring her little ass kid that was super spoiled and thought he was like the fucking center of the universe, and then she would make him like the gym instructor sometimes, you know? And then he would, you know, make us do jumping jacks and sit-ups and push-ups and all this stuff. And she would just be there in the background laughing and all that shit. It was truly horrific. And then you could say, Kurt, why didn't you talk to the main administration, this and that? I did. They're a bunch of liberal fucking cucks. They're not gonna fucking do anything. They're like, oh, it's gym class, you know. You have to obey, you know. This and this lady has been teaching gym for this many years, and, you know, everything's been running fine and we don't need to change anything, right? And she was also a black supremacist because, racist basically, because me and my other friend, we were like the only white kids there. He was like super overweight, pretty much a weeaboo, basically a fat white kid that was like heavy into anime and, you know, Japanese video games and stuff like that. And he was very out of shape, and everybody used to laugh at him when he used to do push-ups. Like, even the gym instructor, she would laugh at him, and it was horrible for me to see this, because the kid was fucking trying. He was, I don't know if I could show you guys, but he did push-ups like super wide, and like his ass would be in the air, and he would just sort of like hump the ground like this and stuff. It was kind of hilarious. I can't lie, but you know, it's fucked up to laugh at people's disabilities like that. You know, he was overweight and stuff, so instead of encouraging him, she would laugh at him and stuff. So anyway, me and this other kid, we were the only two white kids there, and she would like just always fucking scream at us for no fucking reason, you know, no fucking reason. Kurt, this, I'm not gonna say his name. Let's say, Kurt, Charles, the fuck you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know, like, yeah, get back to exercise. You gotta work harder. Stop talking to each other, even though we weren't even talking. You know, and all this shit. And she made us do extra stuff. She made us run extra laps, just me and him together, because she's like, oh, you guys are always talking. You guys are always troublemakers. Whereas he was a fucking weeaboo nerd. No harm to anybody. I was just sort of like the emo sort of fucking outcast kid. No harm to anybody. You had a whole bunch of these fucking, you know, ballers and thugs and everywhere. She let them go. She let them go. But she picked on us. And then, and a lot of people had enough of this, because they would go to a physical education class, they would get super fucking tired, you know, they would get super discriminated upon, and then it wasn't even, you know, there was very little white kids in my school, so it wasn't just the white kids, it's like the black kids had enough of this shit too, you know, and the Hispanic kids too. They're like, what the fuck, the girls get to go down a lot earlier, and she works us to the fucking bone, this and that, blah, blah, that fucking nasty ass bitch, blah, blah. So, you know, we had this plot, we had this scheme, me and a bunch of other kids, to either either jump her fucking kid, right, and beat the fuck out of him, or it was we were gonna smash her fucking car. And they're like, oh, how are we gonna smash her car if we don't know? I was always the lookout. I knew every teacher's fucking car. I knew where they park, I know when they leave, I knew it like clockwork. I was very observant back in high school, right? So I'm like, I know her fucking car. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know, like we could smash that motherfucker up. And then I'm like, yeah, but smashing it up, I don't think that's a good thing. You know, we're gonna get in trouble, we're gonna get suspended, and you know, she's a feminist and she's this and that, and she's gonna give us all hell for that shit. So me and these other kids, we devised a plan. We're like, we're gonna take like fucking nails, right? We're gonna take nails, put them under her fucking tires. That way when she pulls out, either forwards or backwards, boom, right in her fucking tire, she's gonna get a flat tire. Those are fucking expensive to replace. That'll teach her, blah, blah, this and that. But eventually we just kind of got over it, and then we were kind of cucked ourselves, you know? We're like, fuck it, you know? Forget about it, we're not gonna do it. And we didn't do shit, but eventually one day her fucking car got all fucked up. And it wasn't us. I don't know who the fuck did it, but, you know, they never did find out, because there weren't any cameras or anything where the car was parked or anything, so she got what she fucking deserved in the end anyway. So guys, that's my quick little story, showing you guys that, like, I didn't realize necessarily, a lot of people didn't realize that it was feminism back then. Like, to me, I just thought she was a bitch, you know? But now I realize that's exactly what it was. And now I realize that this is happening in schools fucking everywhere, you know? Where these special snowflakes are being treated like special snowflakes. And the regular kids, or, you know, kids that feminists fucking hate, they're being pushed around and they're being, you know, just abused by these fucking people. It's fucking ridiculous. And this is all liberal bullshit because most schools are driven by liberals and they don't want to fire anybody and they don't have the balls to do anything about it. They're like, oh yeah, you know, they're never gonna do fucking anything. If it was like a conservative school, a right-leaning school, those people would be fired right fucking like that in a matter of seconds, and they wouldn't be able to have any position near children ever again, or in schools ever again. But this is what happens when you have liberal-driven fucking bullshit. Anyway, guys, peace out.